You know, with weight loss surgery, you wake up from the surgery and all of a sudden you're thrown into a new kind of life. It's just like that, just fast. And there's so many challenges that come with it. It could be from figuring out how much food can fit in your new pouch to what kind of foods you can eat that your stomach will accept, you know, getting in your liquids, the mental hunger. There's a lot of challenges, and that's what we're talking about this week. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jane, Miss Janie here. This is the Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works channel. Welcome to Monday. So what was my toughest challenge? Well, right after surgery, I was on a 2-week clear liquid diet. And so for those 2 weeks, I want to say my toughest challenge was the mental hunger. Physically, I wasn't hungry. Obviously, I didn't want to really put anything in my pouch. I wanted to heal. I was afraid of hurting it, stretching it, you know, the pain, because I had pain. I was kind of wimpy after surgery. I did have pain. But my mind was hungry. And the thing about it is, it's not so much that it was hungry, it's that it was looking for comfort. That's basically what it is. I was looking for comfort, and food had always been my comfort. And since I was in pain, I was trying to recover from a major surgery, you know, I wanted what I had always wanted, which was, you know, my comfort food. But I couldn't do it. It was physically not something I could do, and I didn't do it, you know, because of the fear of hurting my body, you know, and because of the pain that I was already feeling. So I want to say, like, the first couple of weeks, it was the mental hunger. But then when it came time to eat the soft foods, you know, the soft food stage in week 3, I found that there wasn't a solid or soft food that my stomach would accept. The new stomach did not like it. I would get that get stuck feeling, you know, that awful get stuck feeling that we get. Even though it doesn't get stuck, it would feel like my food was getting stuck. And so I ended up staying on liquids for another 4 weeks. So I'm talking clear liquids. It's not even really solids, because I couldn't even do protein shakes because they just grossed me out so much. But I was on liquids for 6 weeks. And that was tough. That was a tough time. I wasn't like a lot of people that wondered, oh my God, what did I get myself into? You know, I never felt regrets, but you know, it was tough. And in a way, though, it toughened my mind, and it sealed my commitment to this surgery. You know, going through that, you know, toughing it out, it made me mentally tougher. Am I perfect? No, far from it. But you know, it helped me. I think it helped me. Then when I was able to start taking in some solid foods, soft foods, the challenge became how much can I eat and not hurt myself. And you know, that was something that, you know, I had to learn. And I remember that I would make like chilies and soups, or not really soups, but you know what I'm talking about, stews, I guess, just meat, just soft meat meals. And I had bought these 4-ounce cups that I would fill, and I would have my 4-ounce cups, and I would not eat more than what that cup was. And that was great. That worked out for me, you know, because I was measured. I knew I wasn't getting too much, and I was, you know, learning how to cope, you know, with this new stomach. I guess finally the challenge became, as I got farther out, was when hunger, you know, when real hunger returned. When real hunger returned and mental hunger was there being its friend. And, you know, the challenge was not to be a grazer, not to constantly be grabbing things to eat. I think that's been the challenge as a post-op person, even now 2 years out, to not be a grazer, to not just be picking and eating as you go through the day, you know, to sit down and eat my meals, you know, is important. Hard sometimes, it's hard to do it, but it's important for me in my life to succeed at this. I need to make sure that I'm sitting down and eating my meals, you know, that I have them, and not do the grazing, not do the pick eating. It's tough. That's still my challenge now. I think it'll be a challenge for the rest of my life. But I think for the most part, on most days, I win that. You know, I win at that. I succeed at doing the right thing on most days. Not all the time, you know. And you know what? That's okay, because life isn't about being perfect. You know, life is the experience of life, you know, the challenge, you know, the adventure. And if you're just perfect like a robot, you know, I think you kind of miss out on what's good about life. So, you know, if I have a day that, you know, I feel like grazing, I graze. At the end of the day, do I kick myself, feel bad about it? I don't. I don't do that to myself anymore. I don't feel guilt anymore. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. It is what it is. If I do too much or I eat too much, then I know, okay, today I'm just gonna, you know, the next day I'm gonna run a little bit farther, which is what I'm gonna be doing pretty soon on this track behind me. You know, that's what I do. I just up my activity. That's it. I burn off more calories, and then I begin a new day with better choices, and that's all. You know, and I don't feel that that deprivation is something that I need to experience to have a good life. I've met goal. I'm at goal. I follow the rules, you know, as much as I can. I've created the rules, or I'm used the rules in such a way that it fits with my life. You know, you create a new life. In the beginning, it's all about the rules. You have to follow the rules if you want to get to goal. You have to. There's no way around it. But then once you're in maintenance, it's not just about following the rules. It's now about what rules fit with your life. What can, you know, how can you make this successful? And if you start slipping, then you just go back to doing the rules strictly. That's all. If you start slipping, you go back to basics. But otherwise, you're creating a new life. Deprivation does not have to be a part of it. But also learning that food isn't your friend. It's not your lover. It's not your companion. It's not the comfort that we think it is, that we perceive it is. It's not. Love is not in the refrigerator. It's not. So when I feel like I am feeling lonely, sad, you know, any of the emotions that would make me run to food before, that's when I call a friend. You know, that's what my family's for. That's what my kids are for. You know, I have to take advantage of the people around me and get the love from them that obviously I'm needing at that time. I'm still working on, you know, being successful, you know, practicing being a successful person, and practicing making the best choices I can. You know, sometimes I can do it. I've got the discipline for it. And then sometimes, you know, I just want to break a rule. You know, maybe my mother makes a homemade tortilla and I want some, you know, I want a warm one with butter on it. You know, well, one is not going to kill me. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to hurt anybody. And it's not going to stop me from having a successful life. I will just be able to sit down, enjoy it, enjoy the memories that it calls up to me, because it makes me think of my dad, and I miss my dad. I wish he were still here on the planet. And I can have that experience, be done with it, move on, and that's okay. So that's my story. What's your story? Go ahead and comment below and let us know, you know, what are your challenges? What are you going through? What are you overcoming? What are you having a hard time overcoming? And how can we help you overcome them? So we'll see you next week. Bye.